Elephants. These gentle giants are part of history and culture all around the world. So it's no wonder these pachyderms have fictional attributes. Let's take a closer look at some age-old elephant myths. Myth number 1. Elephants are afraid of mice. While there's no scientific evidence to verify this, the idea has garnered much popularity over the years. Possibly, it was due to the belief that a mouse can crawl up an elephant's trunk, but in reality, that's an unlikely scenario. But if a mouse were to crawl up an elephant's trunk, the elephant can simply blow and discharge the mouse. The myth likely originated or gained momentum when Roman author Pliny the Elder stated that elephants hate mice and will refuse to eat fodder that has been touched by one. A more likely scenario is that elephants can be spooked, especially if something appears suddenly or moves past them. So instead of being afraid of the mouse itself, it's highly probable that elephants are rattled by their frantic movements. Myth number 2. Elephants love eating peanuts. In the wild, elephants can eat up to 300 pounds of food per day. To consume such a diet, they spend 12 to 18 hours per day eating. So, it's unlikely that peanuts, which are not part of an elephant's diet, can sustain an animal that weighs over 5,000 pounds. Elephants are herbivores, and in the wild, they sustain themselves by consuming grasses, leaves, herbs, bark, and fruit. The peanut-loving elephant myth began in the 19th century when elephants were first used in circuses and zoos for entertainment. Peanut bags were sold by vendors so people could feed the elephants. In order to sell more peanuts, people were told that elephants loved peanuts. Thus, the myth was born. Myth number 3. Elephants drink through their trunks. An elephant's trunk is like an extended nose, which is fused with their upper lip. Its main purpose is to breathe, smell, and grasp things. In order to do this, they have fingers at the end of their trunks. In fact, you can also identify the elephant subspecies by noting how many fingers they have. African elephants have 2, while Asian elephants only have 1. But elephants do not drink through their trunks. Instead, they suck up water partway into their trunks and then squirts the water into their mouth. It's believed they can retain up to 10 liters of water in their trunks. Not just drinking, elephants also spray themselves with water, effectively utilizing the trunk like a shower. Myth number 4. Elephants can't swim. It's well known that elephants love water, but can they really swim? Contrary to the popular belief, elephants are adept swimmers, and they're able to swim substantial distances. During British rule in India, elephants were taken from places like Karnataka and Kerala and transported to Chennai, where they were loaded on boats to be shipped away. From Chennai, they were taken to the Andaman Islands, where the elephants were used for logging. In order to transport the timber to boats, the elephants were taught to swim in the ocean. Thus, the swimming elephants of the Andaman Islands were born. So frankly, elephants can swim. Myth number 5. Elephant graveyards. Do elephant graveyards exist? The short answer is no. The elephant graveyard myth is perpetuated upon the idea that elephants go to a specific place to die. According to legend, the elephant knows when the end is near, so without being a burden to the herd, the pachyderm heads off to an elephant graveyard to die in peace. Here, other elephants can easily find him and visit his remains later. While elephants do give attention to other elephant remains, the so-called graveyards could be an environmental factor, such as drought or poisoning, causing a high concentration of carcasses in a given location. For instance, elephants tend to use the same migratory routes which remain unchanged for generations. Here, old elephants may choose specific locations with easy access to food and water. Over time, their collective deaths in a small area might give the impression of an elephant graveyard. Myth number 6. Elephants never forget. While there's some element of truth to this, elephants, just like all sentient beings, do forget things from time to time. However, they do have an excellent spatial memory. It's known that they have a large amount of cerebral cortex, which is the part of the brain that processes memory, awareness, and consciousness. In the wild, elephants travel great distances in search of food and water. Especially during times of drought, older elephants, the matriarchs, will guide the herd to places where food and water are available. It's believed that they have retained the memory of the exact route, which has been passed down from generation to generation. In Sri Lanka, during the annual gathering, over 300 elephants can be seen together at Minaraya National Park. Each year during the dry season, elephants travel here using old migratory routes. Once gathered, they feed, bathe, and socialize, so they do have a relatively strong memory. And that's it for elephant myths, and do let us know if we missed any in the comments section.